Well, good evening. I thought I would just do a quick recap of the three beautiful scenarios today so I can preserve them to YouTube. I've got to try to remember to go live on YouTube on StreamYard more because now that we have to download all these videos, it's going to be a massive effort every day. But we'll start this morning with this little girl that we got in Algonquin 264 area, and then the pickup tonight in Russell, and finally the big catch in South Central, all of which were just crazy. Here you go. Well, if you guys knew what Lauren and I did to get this dog, you would die laughing, because this is the Sharpei that was reported at 38th and Algonquin. She came back into this power plant, and she came through this area between the night school of welding and the power plant, down this little narrow alley and around the corner. So we pulled out all of our fencing and we blocked with our cars and the fencing and all the shit that we had in our cars. We blocked the entrance so that she couldn't go back, and we have a lot of shit. And she came back here and she kind of hung out here, and then she went right into this giant missy trap, which is a little alley that she got stuck in. So we then used the trap, instead of trying to trap her, we used the trap to block this alley right here, and I used my body to block the rest of it, and brave She-Ra, queen of the jungle, went in to get her with this slip lead and some Viennas, and she was very interested. She's a very sweet little Sharpei, and she gave us just one little growl, and that was it. But she's got a wound under her eye. She's limping badly. She's going to have to go to Metro because she has a microchip, but unfortunately her mother is not answering. The address is 4 miles from here. None of the info matches on People Search. Hopefully Metro will have some updated license information, although she's not wearing a collar or tags, and she's definitely favoring her front foot. I know. We'll try to put a blanket in there and soften it, but it's taken us a couple of hours, but it was worth it, and thanks to Night School of Welding and the other people who made posts on this girl. It's a little
Sharpei caught today.
Yeah, second Sharpei caught today, and it's just like, don't you want your dogs to be safe? I mean, look at this little worried face. Look at this little worried face, and she's got a little blood under her eye, and her leg is limpy. She's very sweet. She's 5 years old. She belongs on West Jefferson at about 35th, but that's 4.5 miles from where we are. And we're not getting a response by phone, by email, or on Facebook. So she looks like she's been out for a little bit, and she definitely got a wound on her eye, and she's definitely limping. And her nails are a mess. Look at those nails. You shouldn't have nails like that. You shouldn't have nails like that. No, you shouldn't. Yeah, we're going to take care of you. You look at that little tail wagging. She's a sweet girl. We went ahead and put her into the trap so she would be secure, because then we had to break down our stockade of fencing.
Yeah, she wasn't too bad on a leash, but
She was okay.
It would have been something to have her on a leash while we tried to undo all that.
Her name is Sugar Bear, allegedly. That's what the chip name is.
Sugar Bear.
So we're just trying to get a hold of her mom, but she's got to go to Metro. She's got to be checked out by a vet right now, because she's definitely, we watched her as she walked and tried to trot. She's really limping. So hopefully her mom will reclaim her, but man, this dog needs to be taken care of. She's a beautiful dog. She's sweet as can be. She's about 5 years old. They've probably had her since she was a baby, because she was enrolled in the microchip program in 2019. And she's got a little bit of age on her. You see her little gray muzzle, and she's trying to give Lauren kisses. So please let us know if you know the owner of this dog, who lives about 35th and Jefferson, and we're gonna head that way and see if by any chance she's home. And then if she's not home, we've tried every avenue. We're gonna have to take her to Metro, and she's microchipped. So God willing, somebody will claim her. I'll add some of the videos of our stockade just for everybody's entertainment. Good job, little baby girl. The really good news is Leo, the chow, was found alive. I'm sorry, yeah, Leo. Daisy the lab out in PRP was killed by a car last night, so we're very, very sorry for the Clark family. Several of our team members, Lisa Williams Devine and Amanda Torres, were out there for hours last night searching for the two dogs. Daisy made it back across Dixie Highway almost all the way, but she was killed at Stone Street Road at the corner. And the sad part is that Leo was still out. Justin was on his way to drone. We were going to pay him to come and drone, but she got a little noise on her. But the son, the owner's son, went into the woods. Somebody spotted him and caught him. So Leo, the chow, is safe, but we're very sorry for their loss of Daisy. And this little girl is a sweetheart. And we usually would beg for a field foster, but she's microchipped, and all of her information is outdated apparently. So off to Metro to get her examined, to see what's going on with that little bloody spot on her eye and her front leg. She's definitely lame, but she's safe. And if anybody is interested and they don't reach the owner and they don't have any updated information, we would love a foster for this girl. It'll require management approval because she's microchipped, but we always try to get every bit of information we can, and we haven't been able to do that ourselves with People Search and Facebook and Google, even with the microchip, which is why you've got to update your information every single time. Telephone number, address.
Search name, address, phone number, email, and none of it matched up with anything else. So.
And an alternate contact is also helpful, you know, so please let us know if you recognize Sugar Bear. She's a good girl. She is. We're gonna head over to Metro and get her checked out. This is very sad. Somebody scooped this little boy off the street. He doesn't even take up half my back seat. He looks a lot bigger, but he's really not. Let me show you. He's probably a 4-month-old little golden doodle. He's very serious. He's very serious, and he stinks to high heaven. He just stinks to high heaven, but he's so sweet. He found my little slippers that I have in a bag over there, and he pulled one out and started nuzzling it like he wanted comfort. And he's just lying here. He was visiting with Uncle John, who came over and got in my car with me while I wait for Charity to come pick him up so she can overnight him. The first thing she's going to do is give him a bath, because that's what she does. He's very sweet. I'm glad somebody scooped him off the street before it got dark, because a black dog at night is not a good thing. And he's just a puppy. Just a baby puppy. I wish we had rescue for golden doodles, because there's so damn many of them. I don't know why people keep breeding golden doodles when they're everywhere, running loose, filling up the shelter, being found on the streets. And they are just high energy dogs that are puppies forever. And people just, can't take care of them. And unfortunately, resources are very, very low right now for everybody. Vet medicine is very expensive. Grooming is very expensive. Food is very expensive. And there's just, a lot of, and this is a high maintenance dog. I mean, thank God he's young, or he'd look like that golden doodle that I found the other night, not even able to walk with the pelt that was on him. But they are high maintenance dogs, and they have to be groomed regularly to stay in good shape. He's just fallen asleep on my seat. And he's like 4 months old. I don't even know if he's that old, actually. He's just a big, goofy, smelly baby. And a person was kind enough to get him secure and bring him inside and hold him, and, sent me a message, and I ran down and picked him up in the West, and Charity, God bless her, is going to overnight him. I'd love to have a field foster for this puppy. Look at those eyes. Come here, Charity. Come in. Here, you can come in the back. Look who's coming to get you. You can come in the back with him if you want to. Yeah. Just hop in the back with him. Look who's coming to get you. A very nice lady who I love, because she always comes and helps. Say hi, Charity. Hi, Charity. We're just live streaming this little boo-boo.
He's got a very pointy nose.
He does. He looks like a collie kind
or
of.
Irish setter or something.
I don't know. He looks like a golden doodle.
Ooh, yeah, because he looked like that lassie had that.
Yeah, but Ellie's got a long collie nose, and she's German Shepherd and Pit Bull, so you just never know. Oh, hey, Melissa Everhart Gardner. I haven't talked to you for a while. Want to foster a beautiful little puppy?
Right?
He likes you, Charity. He does. Do you smell him?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So Charity Batman Mills is one of my absolute cherished partners in crime out here in the streets. And fortunately, she's had some pups move on through adoption.
I have an empty house
And
right
she,
now. Well,
thank
ish.
God, an ish, except for your dogs,
Yeah.
but good.
Well, I have 2 fosters. But
Oh, well, just,
that's better
is
than
that
4.
all?
Yeah, better.
Fosters, and now we have a 3, an overnighter. But, oh, he's so serious. That's the part that kills me. He hasn't made a sound. He hasn't given me a look of anything, just despair. Like he's just given up. Oh, he's going to lie down. Oh, my God. He just wants to cuddle you. What a good boy you are. What a good boy you are. He's got little tiny balls. He smells like a garbage dump. And I just said if he'd gone much longer, he would have looked like the matted doodle from the other night because the cost of getting them groomed is extraordinary, and his hair is pretty long already.
Yep.
But at least we know he's going to be safe tonight, but we would really, really like a field foster. This dog is just, he's just emotionless right now, and I bet you he's going to open up when he gets home to Charity and the kids and the husband and all that stuff, but he's just exhausted. And I would really like to see him go straight to a home tomorrow instead of having to stay at the shelter, which is so full. And this is the consequence of breeding. This is the consequence of backyard breeding. This is the consequence of people taking dogs and getting puppies, and they have no idea what they're getting. And they're all of a sudden finding out how much food costs, how much it costs to get vet meds, how much it costs to groom. The grooming is ridiculously high maintenance on these dogs, and there's so many wonderful groomers who've reached out in the last few days to offer to help groom dogs, but oh my God, he's found his safe spot with you.
Yeah.
As usual. So could we please find a field foster for this boy so Charity can keep him safe tonight, and we can take him to Metro right at noon tomorrow when they open and get him into a home so that he does not have to stay at the shelter. It'll be a terrifying experience for him. And I know we've got a ton of wonderful fosters in this city, but I guarantee you he's not microchipped. Got a ton of wonderful fosters in this city and a lot of first-time people who've stepped up, who've never fostered before. You have to hold the button down when you do it, you know. It just breaks my heart. We really lucked out on that Sharpei today, the second one, because we had somebody who wanted it and an owner who couldn't keep it. I wish I could say the same for the golden doodles in the city. He's just gorgeous. Nothing. So, he is a handsome boy, and I can't understand why he would be out. So, he'll be safe with Charity tonight, and God love him. I'd love him to go into a home tomorrow, so please call me if you can field foster. And if you haven't in a while and you're a first-timer, you've got room in your home, this would be an easy first-time field foster because he's probably going to sleep for a week. He's just exhausted and he's starving. He's very thin.
Yeah.
There's lots of ribs under there.
You can't see it because of the.
Yeah, and it's very. Let me turn on the flash. You really can't see him, and it's a black seat cover and a black dog. But oh my God, he's just too precious for words. And he keeps giving me the top of the eye look. That's pretty funny. The eye roll. Who would like to be a first-time field foster for this boy? Call me, please. And hashtag is snip, chip, tag, contain. It's like a big Lab Dane mix, black with a kind of a white crisscross on his chest, and this really pretty
shepherd husky, white. We followed them into Industry Road to one of the parks, and between the two of us, with several cans of Vienna sausages, we lured them to us, got our slip leads on them, and they are in my car, which is a blessing. So we've called LMAS. I cannot drive at night. I'm night blind, and I shouldn't be out now, but we're going to be looking for field fosters for these two as well, because they are unchipped and unneutered. I haven't looked at the gender on this one yet. I think it's a girl, but I could be wrong. So this is a big boy with balls. He's a Lab Dane mix. He's just gorgeous. They're both extremely friendly. I'm sure they got out from wherever they were supposed to be, and they've given Isabella a big chase around the neighborhood. Are you a boy or a girl? Let me see. You're a boy too. Okay. So we've got two probably intact males. I haven't seen the back end of the white yet, but oh, does anyone own these dogs that we can bring them back to instead of having them go to the shelter? Please, for the love of God. You do not want to come down to Industry Road at night, anytime actually, because there's just dogs everywhere. So we've got two more. We just caught Industry Road down in the south central area, and these two big dogs just running in traffic. We got them into the industrial park. Isabella kind of herded them in, and we managed to get them on slip leads. So I really would love somebody to claim them, but if not, we're going to have LMAS come and pick them up from us, and we hate to do that. Come on, you guys, you got to help out here. Snip, chip, tag, contain your dogs. There's two boys. I can't see the shepherd husky's rear end, but he probably is intact as well. Neither has a chip. But this big black Lab Dane is just gorgeous, and we got to keep him. We got to keep them in the car because they're both crazy. They were very friendly. They came right for the Viennas in the water, but they definitely have no collars, no ID, and no microchips. And this is a close environment, so can't sit here for long. We could use some field fosters. If anyone can come and pick them up, keep them overnight. If LMAS doesn't get here, which I hope they do, I'm waiting for a call back from them. Help, please.
So you can see that it has been a ridiculously crazy day. And this is not even mentioning the Sharpei that was in J-Town that was picked up by Leslie Lincoln Hoker for the second time in a couple of weeks. And this time when it was returned home by a police officer, the guy just didn't want it. And the dog is now at LMAS. That was in J-Town. And then another dog that Leslie went and picked up from the golf course crew, God bless her, down at Iroquois. And that's a German Shepherd. And then these three that we just rolled and showed you again, the live streams. But hashtag is snip, chip, tag, contain, you guys. Hashtag is snip, chip, tag, contain. And if you need help spaying and neutering your pets and microchipping them, there are so many resources. You can get a voucher from LMAS. You can go through Snip and Save. You can go through the PBSF.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Sorry, the PBSF spay neuter program. Or, reach out to other organizations that are just supplying all kinds of wonderful things. We've got supplies in our cars and we hand them out every day thanks to the Amazon wish list that Megan Thomas started, and it's been extremely helpful because collars and leashes and tags are just not to be found in most places in the city on dogs. And so we distribute those a lot when we're doing outreach to both dogs and humans. And lack of resources is just horrendous. So I appreciate the groomers who stepped up the other day when we had a very matted dog. Appreciate people who have the capability of overnighting, people who have capacity to foster, field foster, or approved foster. And if you don't know the difference, ask me and I'll explain it. But a field foster is basically an emergency foster that keeps the dog out of the shelter immediately. And then approved fosters are people who foster over and over again for Metro Animal Services, and you have to fill out an application and they approve you, and then you can go in and get dogs quite frequently. And that's a really super nice thing to do. It takes a lot of guts and stamina and energy and love to foster, because then a lot of the time you have to give them up if they're claimed or if they're adopted. The greatest love is to give a dog a safe haven outside of a shelter during the time between when it's found, when it comes to the shelter, and when it gets out of the shelter. And some first-time field fosters or some approved fosters end up adopting the ones they fall madly in love with, which is just amazing. So I just want to thank everybody who's helped us out over the months that we've, been counting, a couple of hundred first-time field fosters. And I also want to really congratulate Megan Thomas on the amazing initiative. We're partnering with PBSF Dog Rescue and using LMAS vouchers to get dogs fixed at the SNP clinic for $40. And if absolutely necessary, transportation. And we appreciate that opportunity so much to be able to get these owned dogs spayed and neutered, because far too many people who own the dogs really want to do the right thing, and they don't have the resources to do it, and we're making that possible. So thanks so much for that. I'm going to head in to sleep. It's been kind of a crazy day, and as every day is, but really good outcomes today. And I have the very best partners in the world, and I appreciate each and every one of them so very much. So thanks, you guys. Hashtag is SnipChipTagContain.